Cowboys fans, and welcome to this edition of Cowboys Imperial Report. I am the Emperor Marcus Aurelius Maximus, and on today's show, we're going to have an interview with Mike Mosh about the Cowboys matchup against the Rams at noon Cowboys Standard Time on Fox. Join me after the break for this discussion with Mike Mosh, as well as a special message for all of you Cowboys fans. BRB no more. Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan and you're looking for a good jersey? Then go to Mike Mosh's. He has a great assortment of Dallas Cowboys jerseys from any era, from Staubach days to Aikman triplet days to these days. Mike Mosh, he gets great jerseys that are only about, $40 compared to the $80 you spend other places. You want to be a smart person? Then go to Mike Mosh, spend $40. You want to be a schmuck? Go spend $80 someplace else. Welcome to Cowboys Imperial Report, Mosh. How are you doing?
One of the best damn shows. I'm glad to be on it.
So tell me, what do you think of the whole Romo Pinky thing?
Hey, it kind of sucks, and I've seen other fans saying, well, all quarterbacks play through this injury and that injury. Well, if you can't throw the ball, you can't throw the ball. It's plain and simple. And if you can't throw the ball, it's best to be sitting on the bench, recovering. Instead of going out there playing and throwing interceptions or fumbling or whatever you would do normally if you have an injured.
Are you confident in Brad Johnson at all?
I'm confident in the fact that you got to look at what's around Johnson if they played like the stars they are. I mean, here's a Brad Johnson stepping in with 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, a Pro Bowl wide receiver, a Pro Bowl tight end, a Pro Bowl running back. This guy's got all the tools he needs to go out there and win the game.
What do you say about this whole Pac-Man thing? How do you feel about this, Mosh?
It was a gamble. Jerry had the dice in his hands, and we rolled the dice, and right now it looks like we failed. But hey, you know what? Give the guy credit for trying. It didn't cost us a lot to put him in put the star on his helmet, and it was an experiment, and hey, it might pay off later on. Who knows? But really, it's not like it cost us anything. So we gambled and we tried it, and time to move on. That's why Jerry knew it was a gamble. That's why he drafted us, Mike Jenkins and Orlando Scandrick. So we got 2 fresh new cornerbacks out there ready to rock and roll. So the game is on. Thank you for being on the show, Mosh. And we'll look forward to your reports. Here's a link to your latest report, and we hope that people will check them out. All right, Emperor, Cowboys for life. Pieces to Mosh, I'm out.
All right, well, that was nice to hear from Mike Mosh. He does good videos, as well as some of the other CNS members on. They all do a good job. What am I talking about? The Cowboys fans. Now, let's get on to what BSPN has been doing. BSPN has been trying to make Romo look like a wuss, been trying to make Romo look like a pansy because of the broken pinky finger on his throwing hand. They're trying to make him look like, he can't tough it out, that kind of thing. All right, let's go ahead and see what BSPN had to say. And I'm upset at what BSPN did. This is garbage. Go ahead and roll it.
Now, since I have more talent in my little finger than Steve Levy, I could probably just lop this sucker off and be okay.
Why you got to go there?
I just keep him under my thumb like I've been doing for years. But for a quarterback like Tony Romo, that's not an option. Tough to pass the ball without that last digit. Brett Favre, he of the no injury is too great not to play, has called Romo, encouraged him to at least give it a try if he can stand the pain, make the throws. Then there's Trevor Wickery, an offensive lineman for Mesa State College. It's an NCAA Division II school in Grand Junction, Colorado.
So how's Romo supposed to throw the ball with a cast like that?
Lose the finger, keep the senior season. Had it amputated at the second knuckle and got back on the field. It says the upside, hey, 1 less finger to hold with. Downside, he can't hit the P on his computer keyboard.
You idiots couldn't write anything. If there was another writer's strike, you couldn't make up your own material.
56 pounds, Wickery
You idiots! You can't see the difference between a quarterback's job and an offensive lineman's job. Romo needs a healthy hand. The offensive lineman doesn't.
They play Thursday against Western State College.
Romo's thinking right now, Levy's right. I should have just said it was a wrist injury, and nobody would have said anything.
And I want to say something else. I don't care if you go tell the bisexuals of YouTube, he used an ESPN clip. Go ahead and knock it off. I'm telling you right now, you better not do it. If this happens, if this video gets taken down because of that, That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But let's get away from the politics and get back more to football. How many times have you seen a quarterback with one of those like fist casts, that are indicative of offensive lineman injuries? How many times have you seen a quarterback wear one of those, even on his non-throwing hand? No answer. No answer. We tried to reach BSPN for comment, but they hung up the phone. Morons! Morons! I can't take it! You know that we're finding ourselves in the most perilous state that the Dallas Cowboys have been in since 2006. Why would I say this, you ask? Well, because our Super Bowl victory aspirations are no longer in question. We probably won't get to go. Our playoff berth questions are in status. Do we want to extend this curse of no playoff wins by 13 years now? By 13 years? And the reason being this time because we missed the postseason? No, the Dallas Cowboys cannot allow this to happen. Tony Romo getting injured, that really hurts. But Brad Johnson, I believe, will be a good enough commander to get us through these next 3 games that we have to play. I believe he can do it. I believe that with the weapons we have, with the acquisition of Roy Williams, we should be able to run the table these 3 games. Look at the Giants. Let's not look at the Giants nor the Buccaneers. Let us focus upon the Rams. The Rams, as Mike Mosh stated in his interview, but it didn't make it to tape, they only have Steven Jackson and Torrey Holt. If we can shut them down and our offense can defeat their defense, without question, we should win the game. It's going to be about field position, and I hope that this new punter that we've brought in, I hope that he can get the job done. Many are invoking authority disorder bias with regards to the trading for Roy Williams, and also for Pac-Man Jones's latest flare-up. Let's go look at the history of the NFL. How many times have they as a team traded for a troubled player? Okay? And how many times did they receive compensation for it when the player messed up or didn't meet expectations? You see what I'm talking about? So this Pac-Man Jones suspension thing, right now it hurts, but later we'll get paid back for it. So go put that in your pipe and smoke it. And one of the reasons why this is going to be very tough is because I know a certain subset of Cowboys fans, oh gosh. You talk about authority disorder bias. Why, they had it even when we were like 11-1 last year. We're like 11-1 last year, and nothing was good for them. Okay, fine. Well, that's the world we live in. So what I'm saying is, put away your authority disorder bias for just 4 weeks. Until we beat the Redskins, please. Until that game. Until after the Redskins game, please. Can we just draw together as Cowboy fans and not sit back and act like the peanut gallery at a Shakespeare theater during Shakespeare times? Can we not do that for once? Or do we got to keep making out the Wade Phillips to be a bumbling fool, Jason Garrett to be the son off of Andy Griffith, to make Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones out to be carousing hillbillies, out to make this one and that one look like a moron? If Bruce Reed pulls it together in this season, I'm not gonna hate on him. You see where I'm coming from? Now's the time to take that stuff and set it aside, because the most important thing now is to win games. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly these next couple of weeks. Ugly. But you know what matters? How many W's we get, not how pretty those W's were. So So that's where we find ourselves in. We went 48 years to come down to this as a franchise. So we got to figure out which direction the franchise is going to go. Are we going to bumble and not even go to the playoffs? Or are we going to get in the playoffs and not do anything? Are we going to get in the playoffs and not get to the Super Bowl? Or are we going to win the Super Bowl? I don't know, but let's just take it 1 week at a time and let's go ahead and beat the Rams. It's going to be ugly. You know what the score I call? 20-17 Cowboys. And that's all I got to say. Join me for the post-game show presented by Genco Olive Oil. And God save the Cowboys.